The next form of energy is the biomass energy. What is this biomass? The biomass is the material which comes from the dead plants and animals and also from the excreta of cattle. So, the energy which is made from this particular source is called the biomass energy. The example of biomass energy is the cow dung, the wood or the crop residue. This form of energy is not a modern technology, but basically it is a very ancient technology. It is used as a fuel since ancient times. Now let's start with the wood. That is one form of the biomass energy. The wood is basically a very important source of energy. The wood is a renewable source of energy. On burning wood, it acts as a fuel. But the wood has various disadvantages. That is, it has a low calorific value and apart from that, it produces too much smoke. Thus, there is an alternate form of energy apart from wood, that is charcoal. What is this charcoal? When the wood is burnt in the absence of oxygen, then the moisture and the volatile material evaporates out or is removed out. In that condition, the material which is left behind is black in color and has high content of carbon in it. That material is called charcoal. The charcoal has advantages like it has a high calorific value and it produces no smoke. Thus, it does not help in increasing pollution. Second source of energy is the cow dung. The cow dung is basically the excreta which we get from the cattle like cow and buffalo. This cow dung is dried in sunlight and then it acts as a fuel. It is used for cooking food and to provide heat energy by burning. But it has a disadvantage that it has a low calorific value and it produces too much smoke and ash also. In order to replace this cow dung, the alternate form of cow dung is biogas. This biogas is basically produced by the decomposition of the organic matter of cow dung. When the cow dung is decomposed by anaerobic bacterial action, then the biogas is released. This biogas acts as a very important and very good source of energy. Now, how this biogas is generated? The biogas is basically generated by the plant which is called the biogas plant. This biogas plant is also called the gobar gas plant because the biogas mainly comes from the cow dung or from the cattle dung. That's why the biogas is also called the gobar gas. You can see from the diagram. In this diagram, you can see that there are various sections shown. The main important section of this biogas plant is a digester. The digester is basically a well which is made up of brick. Now, this digester has a dome-shaped roof on top of it. This dome-shaped roof basically has an outlet. This outlet is a gas outlet. The gas outlet consists of a valve which is called gas control valve. Now, by means of valve, the gas outlet can be controlled, it can be stopped, it can be allowed to go out. Now, through the gas outlet, the various applications and various sources are connected. Now, again, if you go inside the diagram, you can see that the digester, which is a well, is connected on both sides by two different sections. The first section is the inlet chamber and the second section is the outlet chamber. The inlet chamber allows the cow dung which is mixed with water. When the cow dung is mixed with water, then it is called slurry. So, the inlet chamber allows the slurry to introduced into the digester. When this slurry passed on to the digester, then to the other side, the outlet chamber is also there. Through the outlet chamber, the unused slurry which is not in use is taken out. That unused slurry is basically used as a manure. Apart from that, the inlet chamber is connected to the mixing tank and the outlet chamber is connected to the overflow tank. So these all sections have their important application. Now let's start with the working of biogas plant. In the working of biogas plant, first we have to make a slurry. What is the slurry? I have already mentioned. When the fresh cow dung is mixed with the water and the composition is stirred, that mixture is called slurry. This mixing of cow dung with water takes place in the mixing tank. So, when the slurry is ready, then through the inlet chamber, the slurry is introduced into the digester. The digester is basically a well. The slurry is introduced inside the well and is filled up to the cylindrical bottom mark. The well has a dome-shaped roof on top of it. Now, the space should be left inside the dome-shaped structure for the biogas to collect in. What happens that when the process takes place, then biogas is formed, and this biogas passes through the outlet that is connected to the dome shape. The outlet is your gas outlet chamber. When the biogas starts accumulating inside the dome-shaped structure, it gives pressure and push down the slurry. When the slurry is pushed down, this slurry is basically unused slurry. When this unused slurry is pushed down by the pressure of the gas which is formed, then it passes from the outlet chamber and entered into the overflow tank. From the overflow tank, the slurry is taken out. This slurry is unused and it is not a part of the formation of the biogas plant. This slurry is not decomposed and form biogas. So, this slurry is used as a manure. It contains high quantity of nitrogen and phosphorus in it. So, this is a process by which the biomass energy is produced. Once the process started, that is, once the slurry entered and the biogas starts forming, then continuously the fresh cow dung is being introduced for the continuous process of the biogas. As the cow dung is a renewable source of energy, so we can get a continuous supply of gas. Now, this biogas is used in variety of applications. It acts as a good fuel for cooking and for various heating purposes. It has a high calorific value and produces no smoke. Apart from that, the slurry which is made up of various other material also. Like for example, we can also use the crop residue, the vegetable residue, the paper scraps, the human excreta, the domestic waste, etc. So these all can be used in order to make the slurry apart from the cattle dung. So this is the whole process of the production of the biogas inside the biogas plant.